The motorcycles for 2024, well, they're just bad. Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. So, all the motorcycles that are being brought out, the new ones for 2024, they're just bad. They're just not worth the money. They're just not even worth a look. Am I wrong? Well, let's just dissect this a little bit. A few weeks ago, I made a video. I was saying, well, you know, a lot of the motorcycles that are just coming out, they're just not very good. There's just no new motorcycles coming out, really. And there's a few comments here and there saying, no, you're wrong. What about this bike? What about that bike? What about this bike? The fact of the matter is, the point of that video, which was kind of lost on a lot of people, was that what I'm talking about is new designs, brand new concepts, new chassis, brand new engines. And what I was trying to say in that video was that all motorcycle manufacturers, in fact automotive manufacturers, they tend to build on existing platforms. They make little advances here, little tweaks here. They bring out a new motorcycle, but underneath it might be the same chassis or a tweaked chassis. It might be a different engine or a tweaked engine. The overall look might be slightly different, but essentially it's the same bike. So this is what I'm talking about for 2024 bikes. Ducati have brought out some new bikes. Most of the manufacturers are bringing out new bikes. We don't know about Harley-Davidson, of course, because that's their January reveal. But the 2024 bikes that have been announced so far, there's nothing there that you could say is earth-shattering. That's going to take the motorcycle world by storm. There's nothing there that I've seen of any of the manufacturers, and I think, wow. Now, this is not to say that none of the motorcycles are worth your consideration. And this is not to say that any of the motorcycles are just plain ugly or whatever derogatory term you want to use. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is that a lot of new motorcycles are being brought out, the new models I'm saying, that I'm just wondering, well, why do we think they're so good? Then, in fact, if they're not good, then they're just bad, right? They're just bad choices instead of the motorcycles that you would normally go for, or the motorcycle that you currently ride. I mean, this is a common consideration, right? You've got brand new motorcycles, brand new models, and you look at them, whichever manufacturer it is, whichever manufacturer you favor, and you look at them and you say, well, do I like that motorcycle better than the one that I currently ride? Now, in some years, yes, you definitely will. You say, I really like the look of that bike. It's much better than the bike that I'm riding now. I fancy a new bike. It's going to be that bike. Yeah, that's how the wheels keep on turning in the motorcycle industry or the automotive industry, right? Something new comes out. It grabs your attention. You think, yeah, I'd really like to ride that or drive that. That's the way it goes. But what I'm saying is, with the current listings of the new bikes of 2024, is there anything out there that you'd say, wow, it's amazing. It's an amazing bike. Suzuki got a couple of bikes. Yamaha got a couple here. Ducati. Obviously BMW with their 1300. Now, I'm saying it's a 2024 bike, although it's already been released. I'm saying, you know, for 2024, that's when you're going to get the bulk of the sales of these new models, right? We don't know about Harley-Davidson. Indian really haven't brought out anything new. It's just a rehash of what they've already had before. All the other manufacturers seem to be doing something very similar. I know Triumph brought out a couple of new bikes. They got their 250 motocrosser. They are looking at their 450 coming out for 2025 as well. But they're the only manufacturer that I can think of who have done something revolutionary for the company. Now, Harley-Davidson did this a couple of years ago. They did something revolutionary for the company, but not in terms of motorcycling terms, when they brought out the Revolution Max engine. See what I did there? With the Pan America. When they brought out that bike, it was a complete departure for the company. So now that Triumph have brought out their 250 motocrosser, that is a complete departure for the modern Triumph. But they're probably the only company that are doing something brand new for 2024. Now, all the motorcycle manufacturers, of course, are bringing out new models, but I'm saying it comes back to this same thing. They're kind of just tweaks on old designs or existing designs. They're using the same componentry. They're using the same engines. There might be something different. But there's nothing there that I've seen that is just revolutionary. That is just something you think, wow. Possibly the BMW 1300, that's the one bike that you could say, wow, this is something new now. This is taking it in a different direction. But it's still pretty much largely based on what's come before, right? So I've been doing a lot of research, and of course I get a lot of the press releases from all the motorcycle manufacturers, and I put them onto the website, and I've been doing that for the last 6 months or so. And there hasn't really been anything that I would say is, wow, this is amazing. Honda Motorcycles, who usually launch with a lot of motorcycles in the autumn period, have brought out, some new bikes, and they're planning on bringing new bikes to 2024. But again, nothing that I would say is earth-shattering. Kawasaki are looking at new technology, as are Yamaha as well. But again, nothing that I would say is, wow, this is going to be a bike that is going to sell in numbers, and also it's going to change the way we think about motorcycling. Now, the likes of Kawasaki are also investing in EV bikes, but also their hybrid bike, which they're coming out. So you could argue, yeah, that is a new direction. That is something that's interesting, exciting. I'm not necessarily excited by it, but I can see the way they're going. I can see the way they're thinking. We're going to try and bring out new, push the boundaries a little bit, or push the boundaries a lot in their case. But all the other manufacturers are not really bringing any shock and awe and wonder. It's kind of just a continuation of what's going on. So really, up until this point, the only manufacturer that is left to bring out something new is going to be Harley-Davidson. Are we going to see something special from the American motorcycle manufacturer? Is it going to be something that's going to make you sit up and take notice? Is it going to bring that shock, awe and wonder? Or is it going to be another limp affair? The brand new models for 2024 are pretty much a bit of a bad choice right now. There's not a great deal of selection. There's not a lot there that I would say is head and shoulders above what we already have. Now, it's not to say they're not better. It's not to say they're not new. It's just they're not head and shoulders above. And for the money that you're being charged, you'd think, well, they've got to be something special. There are a couple of exceptions. As I say, the BMW 1300, I think, it kind of hits the mark. I think a couple of the Ducatis are there or thereabouts. I think the Triumph with their 250 motocrosser is there or thereabouts. I think Kawasaki with their hybrid bike is interesting, at least. But all the other manufacturers just kind of really, it's not really there. So the only manufacturer that can bring that shock, awe and wonder is Harley-Davidson. They're the only ones who haven't told us what they're going to do yet. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Are the new motorcycles, the brand new motorcycles of 2024, is there anything there that really piques your interest? Are they better than what you already have, or what is currently on the market? And will it be worth the wait? So let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. And I'll catch you again on another video coming very soon. Bye now. RevelatorAlf.